Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 30th of January 1980, and the title is The Checking and Results of the Papers of Love, Cooperation, and Your Powerful Form. Today, Bap Dada was looking at all the elevated children everywhere. All the children everywhere have the same thoughts of love and remembrance. All the very good and serviceable children are always with Bap Dada. On the basis of their love, even though they may be far away, they are very close. Today, Bap Dada was examining the elevated form of love, cooperation, and power of each of you, and seeing how many marks you have received in those three specialties from when you started to the present time. In love, Baba especially saw three things. One, unbroken love. No matter how many adverse situations or people have tried to break the thread of your love, you have overcome the high barriers of those situations and people and constantly kept your thread of love unbroken. Your love is so unbroken that you have not repeatedly had to tie any knot of excuses or weaknesses. 2. You have constantly fulfilled the responsibility of love in all relationships. You have not lacked fulfilling your responsibility of love in even one relationship. 3. As the practical return of the love you have been given, how many have you made loving to the Father through your own loving form? You don't just have to make them love knowledge and purity. You don't just have to make them love the transformation in the lives of the children, or just have love for the elevated souls, but make them into those who have a direct loving connection with the Father. You should not just make people reach the point where they say that you are good, that this knowledge and this life are good, but that the Father is the best of all. This is known as making souls loving to the Father. These are the three qualities in the subject of love that Baba was examining. In the subject of cooperation, the main thing is 1. Have you been cooperative in an altruistic way? 2. Have you constantly been cooperative through your thoughts, words, and deeds, and in every form of relationship and connection you have? 3. How many other souls have you made fully cooperative? In the subject of being the powerful form, 1. Have you become a Master Almighty Authority, one with all the powers, or one with just a few powers? 2. Are you able to take benefit of your weapons at the time you need to, or do you keep your weapons locked in your locker? 3. To what extent have you made others into Master Almighty authorities by using the powers that you yourselves have attained? Baba was examining these three specialties. You were told that these papers of yours were to be checked today. So, your papers have been checked today. What are your results? In the overall result, all of you passed number-wise. Some claimed full marks, some claimed pass marks, and others were given mercy and just enough marks to pass. Less than half passed with full marks. About 70% passed, and there was a long list of those who were given mercy to pass. What do you have to do now? This is the result that is given by the Father. Even now, Baba still is checking your papers as a father. However, in the final result, Dharamraj will be with the Father. You still have a little margin of time left before the final results are given. You still have a last chance. What is that? 1. Firstly, by having imperishable distaste in your heart, burn all the things of the past and also all your old sanskars. Create a sacrificial fire to burn them. 2. Together with burning all of these, take a vow to observe the godly disciplines and maryadas constantly from Amrit Vela till night time. 3. Be a constant great donor and donate to all the people as a charitable soul. Constantly cooperate with Brahmins and be charitable to others, whether through thoughts, words, or connections and relationships. Your donations and charity should continue all the time. Those who become double light can take a high jump. They can make elevated effort to become flying birds and attain elevated results. You still have a chance to make such effort till the final result. Do you understand? All this checking is taking place now. So, after having heard and understood everything, you can take your last chance. Father Brahma said, you were sustained through the Sakar form, and you are now being sustained through the angelic form. Those who received sustenance through the Sakar form were given many chances from time to time. Similarly, you are receiving sustenance from the angelic form, and so should also be given this last chance. This is why a little margin has been kept for giving marks in the checking of those who only receive sustenance from the angelic form as distinct to those who have received sustenance from both the angelic and the Sakar forms. In checking the papers of those who came at the beginning and of those who came afterwards, those who have only received sustenance from the angelic form have been given 25% extra marks. This is why anyone who wants to claim this last chance can do so. The whistle has not yet been blown for you to take your seats. Therefore, take this chance to claim your seat. Those from Karnataka are in any case clever in claiming a seat. Just as you want to sit at the front here, so too the final seat you claim should be close. Those from Karnataka are easily pleased. While moving along, you constantly understand the secrets of the drama and therefore never become upset. Acha, to those whose actions are Rasyukt, Yogyukt, and Yuktiyukt, to the constantly elevated soul, to those who are constantly full of all powers, to those who are colored by the Father's company, to the spiritual souls, the children who are great donors and great charitable souls, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. 1. Bap Dada's signals to become successful in serving the lands abroad. In serving the lands abroad, you will especially be successful with the power of silence, because souls there are constantly wandering everywhere and searching for even a second's peace. So, first give those wandering souls peace, and then give them spiritual love. Give them the experience of peace with a lot of love. You have experience of this love and also experience of this peace. Therefore, whatever program you organize, first of all, praise the love of the relationship of the Father. Then, having forged a loving connection of those souls with the Father, give them the experience of peace. The dramas you perform or the lectures you give should be such that while you are performing or lecturing, you have the balance of being an embodiment of love and peace. This should be the main topic, but you can also use other methods to give them an experience. In your lectures and your dramas, give them the same experience. Then, because they experience the same thing through different methods, it will become imprinted on them. You can hold large or small programs. Before holding a large program, you have to bring souls of different professions into close contact with you. What will happen then? By serving the souls of various professions, all types of souls will become part of this. They will become cooperative and the program will be brilliant. In any case, variety is always good. When you make contact with a variety of souls in advance, any task becomes successful. Bap Dada gives multi-million-fold love and remembrance in return for their love of those who have become instruments for serving in the foreign lands. 2. By using the key of knowledge, you can attain the treasures of fortune. At the confluence age, you receive the key of knowledge to create your fortune. Use this key and create as much fortune for yourself and take as many treasures of fortune as you want. All of you are clever in using this key. You receive this key and become prosperous. The more prosperous you become, the happier you remain. All of you have experienced seeing water emerging from a spring. Similarly, your eternal spring of happiness should flow constantly and never stop. Bap Dada is constantly happy to see everyone's star of fortune. 3. The way to attract everyone to the Father is for you to be a sparkling divine star. When you, divine stars, are constantly seen sparkling, everyone will automatically be attracted towards you. Anything moving made of light will definitely attract souls towards itself. You stars are imperishable, and so everyone will naturally be attracted towards you sparkling stars. To be attracted towards you stars mean to be attracted towards the Father. So, do you stars constantly experience your form to be sparkling? Is it constantly sparkling or only sometimes sparkling? Once you stars have begun to sparkle by listening to the Father and His knowledge, there is no question of your sparkle diminishing. However, the percentage of your sparkle can reduce or increase. What is the reason for this? Lack of attention. A lamp's flame remains steadily alight when you keep it topped up with oil. However, if the oil starts to run out, the flame begins to flicker. In the same way, if you pay less attention, then the percentage of your sparkle diminishes. This is why Bap Dada gives you Shrimat to pay attention from Amrit Vela throughout the whole day and to set your daily timetable at Amrit Vela. What is the result of not setting your timetable? You have no success. Here too, if you do not set your daily timetable, you do not achieve success. Just as there cannot be day during the night, so there can be no tension when you pay attention. Tension is the night and attention is the day. Day and night cannot exist together. If you have any type of tension, it proves you are not paying attention. There is also a difference between paying attention ordinarily and paying attention totally. To pay total attention means to have the Father's virtues and powers within yourself. You have become the Father's children. Therefore, you have to show the proof of that. To pay ordinary attention means to think that you are Baba's children anyway. You are the children of such an elevated Father. However, if that greatness is not apparent in you, who would accept you to be the children of such an elevated Father? The Father's specialties should be visible in His children. This is known as being an intense effort maker. To make intense effort means that what you do should be equal to what you think. Your plans and practice should be identical. For your original religion is remembrance, and your duty is service. Do all of you constantly remain engaged in remembrance and service? Maya salutes and steps away from those who are constantly busy in remembrance and service. When Maya can see that you constantly remain busy, she doesn't disturb you. She only disturbs those who remain idle. When you constantly remain busy, Maya cannot come to you. By having remembrance, you create your own future, and by serving others, as well as creating your own future, you also create that of others. So, remembrance is your original religion, and service is your duty. 5. When you are able to see your final destination close to you, it indicates your stage is ascending. Do you constantly experience that your stage is ascending in every action you perform? To take a step forward means to make your stage ascend. When you experience your stage to be ascending, at every step you take, you will very quickly reach your elevated stage of perfection. Those whose stage is ascending will clearly be able to see the destination of their stage of perfection. The closer you go towards something, the clearer it is to see. Clarity is a sign of closeness. It is now the time to make intense effort. The time of running has now ended, and it is now the time to take a high jump. The time is very short, and the destination is very high. In order to take this high jump, you have to become double light. You cannot take a jump without becoming double light. 6. The way you can make every act you perform elevated is to follow the Father. You saw how Sakar Baba remained double light while having such a huge responsibility. Compared to his responsibilities, you don't have any. Continue to do everything while constantly considering yourself to be an instrument. Bap Dada is responsible and you are just an instrument. By considering yourself to be an instrument, you will remain double light. Even Father Brahma, when looking after such a huge responsibility, continued to move along while considering himself to be just an instrument. Therefore, follow the Father. Before you perform any act, check whether you are following the Father. By doing this, every act you perform will be very elevated. Your reward of performing elevated acts will automatically be elevated. Copy the Father and you will become equal to the Father. Only those who become equal are the ones who become close jewels. 7. Those who remain detached from this body and in a stage of soul consciousness are loved by the Father. Do all of you experience yourselves to be detached from your body and loving to the Father? The more detached you become from your body, the more loving to the Father you will be. Only when you are detached from your body and in the stage of soul consciousness can you be loving to the Father. Do you constantly practice this? The Pandavas have been portrayed living in a cave. However, there were no other caves, but just this cave in which they remained. This is known as introversion. When you are in a cave, you are beyond the influence of everything outside. Similarly, to remain beyond any influence of the world by staying in the cave of the constant practice of being detached from your body and loving to the Father means to become introverted. Such souls cannot be influenced by the atmosphere. Just as Bap Dada is constantly detached, so too Those who love Baba would also remain constantly detached. Therefore, constantly maintain the practice of remaining detached and don't lower your stage for anything. Blessing. May you be a powerful soul who experiences safety and give others the experience of safety by constantly surrounding yourself with elevated thoughts. A powerful soul is one who has the power of determination to put an end to all wastage in less than a second. Recognize the power of pure thoughts. One pure and powerful thought can achieve wonders. Once you have determination in your thoughts, that determination will enable you to attain success. Create such a strong bond of pure thoughts with which you can tie everyone, so that this bond becomes a canopy of protection for those who are little weak. It will be a means of safety and a fortress for them. Slogan: to experience every virtue and power means to become an embodiment of experience. Om Shanti.